tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
All right, now you should be able to hear me. I love it when it just randomly resets everything in OBS to default. Hi, I'm Frost, and I am synonymous with goodness, as you just saw in chat. So, welcome. We're going to have a good old time. We're going to paint with some happy trees and words and stuff. But today, I'm going to be on Frostwritten. I'm going to be working on not necessarily the world lore. I'm working on some descriptions of some of the legendary characters. These are important for our artists to get them all tuned and aligned. So when they work on the covers and any other art for these characters, it's all in sync. Totally center of all goodness. Don't listen to the chrysanth. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Jensen, back me up here. I'm totally the nicest person ever. Right? There's a virtual lobster in it for you. I will deliver it in chat. All right. I think I have everything set up over here properly now. I have to make sure that this is set up properly in case Erudai hops over and says, hello. Yeah, that got changed too. My speakers for my roadcaster. Boop. Bonk. All right, there we go. I'm quiet again? Okay. Let's see what's going on with that. It not only set all my devices in OBS to default, Windows probably turned my sound down. Let's see, Rodecaster Pro 2. My microphone, yeah, it's a little bit quiet. We'll go right about there. Is that better? I'm going to make sure that I can hear things. Put on my little headphones here. And we're going to fire up something in a browser over here. Mute it. Let's see. Rick Astley. There we go. Kidding. I didn't Rickroll myself. All right. Sound's working again. Boom. All right, Jensen. Wait, 3 dots. Wait a minute. Does that mean you don't agree? I'm working on my second enormous mug of iced tea with lemons floating around in it. The first cup was good. The second cup is good, but it's a lot of iced tea. What? Well, Bap is the one who said it because she heard the rumor on the internet. Just saying, just saying, just saying. And I'm not certain who the silent fourth person is, but I'm pretty sure they're on my side because they said nothing against me. Right? It means you're going to stay out of it? Oh, man, look at you being wise. You walk into a room and there are people looking at you waiting for an answer. Keeping quiet is very smart. I like it. All right, so we're working on the physical description of the legendary monk. Now, I have two of them up in the air. I'm not certain which route I wanted to go with of the two that I came up with, so I'm going to do a little physical description of each one of them. Because if he likes one or the other, and we can use the other one for something else, we'll have them both ready. So the monk, let's see. Yes, the monk that is a legendary character in here is going to be a mum, and they're a wild species. They have tons of different looks and types. So the two that I came up with that we ended up with that a route I kind of liked were the wiry desert tree, like the little myrrh tree or thorny bush guy who's a monk that everyone calls Nutmeg, but he has another name. And the other one is the flower-based mum, Nerium. Her face is an orchid. She has, vines and flower parts for her body, and she has oleander blooms in the shape of kind of like a palace, basically a toga, a Greek sort of toga, a female version of a toga, really. But she may be poison-based, well, because she is oleander, Nerium, all that fun stuff. But I'm going to do both of their descriptions so we can give them off to people. All right. This guy's name is Rekka. Rekka. Put the pronunciation, I think, in here so I have it. Boop, boop, boop. Ma's been bribed. I mean, compared to Sevi. Well, there you go. Let's see. We'll see his Y. And his nutmeg is a male mum whose wiry body is composed. What would be a good way to put that? Mums, orchids, and oleander are very different. Oh yeah, but a mum is a species, and the mums are basically uh, a whole group of beings that can be like they can be made out of trees, they can be made out of flowers, they can be made out of mushrooms, they can be made out of all kinds of stuff. Oleander and coriander. Coriander would be a much more cooking based version. Yup. Well, I eat cilantro all the time, but I have coriander, whole coriander and ground coriander in my spice cabinet. I use them. I like them. I prefer the taste of actual cilantro leaves rather than the seeds, but you know. We'll call it the fragrant. Many nutmegs, a male mum whose wiry body arms are composed of tightly bundled sinews. Rudai made the mums playable, right? I believe so. I believe so. To grow herbs again, they were so good when cooking. Ah, they're very good. I have it's mostly kind of dying finally, a rosemary plant that I've had for a long time. But I could get another. Yeah, seeds can become overpowering. It's, they're good. They're good. They're just, yeah, they're a bit much. All right. Nutmeg is a legendary mum. Its wiry body and elongated limbs are composed of tightly bundled sinews resembling the flexible. Let's see the branches of. So I found a cool image in some stuff that I had done earlier. Let's see if I can find this. I'm going to save this image once and see if I can put it up on screen here. Where did it go? Because I was working on some AI prompts for, I guess, just ideas of masks and characters and things like that. Let's see if I can find this. And I'm thinking, even though this guy's, a mom, I'm thinking, let's get this to go up on screen. Found this one, or I came up with this one, and it's kind of an owl-like face, but it's made of wood with just little, carven bits of wood. It'd be interesting because this guy is supposed to be an amalgamation of different things. If he had an interesting mass, it didn't make him look like a person. So picture this with a body that's made of trunk and limbs are wiry, sinewy desert trees like the myrrh trees and a few other trees that give off the resins that they use for spices. He's got slightly longer limbs with long fingers and sinewy legs, so he's very flexible because, well, he's a monk for one thing. How do you kill Rosemary? Cats kill Rosemary. That's who kills Rosemary. Yeah, the rosemary, this little plant I've had for 4 years now, and it was doing great until cat. So it's limping along. It may survive. We'll see. It's just half of it's kind of not happy anymore. And by cats, I mean not only getting knocked over, but one of the cats deciding, hey, I want to pee in this. And me not noticing that they did that more than once. And I'm like, great. So replanting it, rinsing it all off. Ah. Oop. All right, so we're gonna take that off of there so I can see the stuff. You need mint dead, send it to her. Ba-ba. Chop up mine after not watering it during Texas summers. It still came back. Nice. Yeah, this one I got it at I get it at the farmer's market. I get it at the garden store. I don't remember where I got it from. I got it from somewhere, and it got big and big and big and big. It didn't know when to stop, and then I've trimmed it down a little bit to make it more manageable. And yeah, it's pretty hardy even after the smashing and the cat litter boxing of it. I think it'd be fun if he can actually do the owl thing where he can turn his head around. Oh, it's the top one. I need to move. There we go. All right. The reason I'm doing these unusual things is these characters have to really stand out. So, like, if you ever see the machine at work just it's weird. My work machine Slack just rebooted itself. Okay, that's weird. They're all supposed to be incredibly unique, and when you look at them, you're like, oh yeah, that's that guy. Oh, you're talking about Mint. Ah, okay. I thought you were talking about the other. Yeah, I have catnip outside, and well, obviously the cats love it, but it keeps coming back over and over. Need to know your thoughts on the Middle East controversy. Does Ohio exist, and does Cincinnati chili count as Italian or Tex-Mex dish? Ooh, well, let's see. Ohio does exist because they willed it into existence with laws and stuff, so they can't take it away. I'm not saying anybody really wants to go to Ohio, but some people come from there. I'm sure there are people that go there on purpose, like people. And whether or not Cincinnati chili counts as Italian or Tex-Mex, oh man, that's a good one. I would say it is its own creation and no one will claim it except people from Cincinnati. Now, when I was a kid, we had that style of chili, not because my mom liked it or anybody liked it, but she would make a pressure cooker full of chili, which was a lot of tomato sauce and a little bit of meat. Because we were so poor. And one way to make that stretch out was to get cheap boxes. At that point, I think a whole box, an entire box of elbow macaroni or a huge bag was like 99 cents, and it was pounds of it. You could make that, and it would stretch the meal. So we would have, you had to put a bowl full of noodles and then some chili on top of it. And if we finished that, we could go back for seconds. And after that, we were like, nope, that's it. You can only go back for seconds. But that was the way that my mom stretched the meal out. So maybe everybody in Ohio is in the same boat. I don't know. I wonder why I get so many cats. Yeah, maybe that's it. It's not chili though. Yeah, it's chili over noodles, which is eh. Yeah, the weird thing is when I made chili with or no, we were making spaghetti sauce with my brother for whatever reason. My mom would have two of us work on a meal when we were little, and I was like 5. My brother was making the pasta sauce. He was just stirring it while they were, my mom made the noodles, and I had to help. And my job was to grab the chili powder from the cabinet. And evidently at 5, I wasn't sure which one was chili powder, so I grabbed it and handed it to him, and he wasn't paying attention. He just put it in, and we had pasta sauce that night had a lot of cinnamon in it, and no one ever let me forget that. So thanks, family, jerks. I mean, what? No, I love them. They're great. It's not good. I mean, putting a little nutmeg in a sauce, great. Cinnamon in pasta sauce, don't do it, folks. Don't do it. Cinnamon. Ah, neck bone. The gravy that you put on spaghetti. I don't know. You called it gravy. I'm curious what's in it now. Uh, what would they call that even? Inner outer bark, get small ruptures. Reddish. Sap. Bolognese. I have, honestly, I have hung around with a bunch of Italians, and I can honestly say not a single person I've ever met who's Italian has ever called bolognese gravy. I've literally never heard that. It was always bolognese, or there's a ragu, or there's something weird. So I have to say, the one person that made it at one of our family, not, I shouldn't say family, it was a get together for people. the guy and his wife are third generation Italian. I don't remember. His name is Marco. Uh, they made a wild boar ragu. And guess which dish was gone before everything else at the entire dinner? That. It was pretty amazing. Is it probably a New York, New Jersey thing? Okay, yeah, this is the Midwest Italians. They're different, I guess. As long as you understand biscuit and gravy, not cookies and brown gravy. Yes! We have all the issues ironed out now. It's all been figured out. I love it. You might drive through Ohio to get somewhere else exists, so Ohio probably exists. Yeah, it's there. It exists, Dragon. JJ, did you have a better day at work today? Did all of our heartfelt outpouring of W's last night help? Wild boar. Yeah, it was good. He and his buddies would go out to, I think, where they were at. Colorado? No. It wasn't Colorado. Was it Wyoming? Or Dakota? They would go out that direction to a state and they would go hunting. And one of those places where they went, or no, that was when they were getting elk. They had a lot of hunting trips they go on. The guy's rich, really rich. The wild boar was from down south, actually. I want to say they went down the Mississippi. He regales us with all of his whatever. He's been bear hunting up in Canada and stuff too, so whatever. He brings back meat and people get to eat it. That's all that matters, right? By the way, so this little nutmeg guy, a lot of the mums are from around here. He is going to be from up here, from Lost Acadia. So he's going to have meandered down. So that's why he's a little different than the other mums that are around here. Liked wild boar the first time I went to Italy. I like Ota. So, Jensen, you just gave me a name for an area in Lost Acadia. A misspelling of Italy. Otal. They're everywhere. You don't even need a license if you're on private land. Nice. You just hold out an apple and hit him with a baseball bat and you got a boar. I'm sure it's not dangerous. Because from what I've heard, wild boars are just baby. They're just totally kittens. Totally fine. They don't totally charge you and try to murder you with their tusks. I mean, quite dangerous, especially in a pack. Yeah, I've witnessed some wild boar when we went through. I guess it was Kentucky. We were heading out to North Carolina, and we went past. We've stopped at a place, and the guy has wild boar that come down and harass the edge of his stuff. And we got to see him out there fighting and fussing. Because he actually has, he had captured them in areas. He's like, oh yeah, they don't stay captured very long. They will just ram through everything. So he's like, we get them corralled in there, and then we go out and shoot them when we need them. And if they get away, we just capture them again. Okay. Oh, they just have some enclosures with the big modular metal fencing. They're a weird group. They're also people who played around with lots of taxidermy around there. Lots of taxidermy. You know, Hills Have Eyes kind of people. Yeah. Yep. You don't want to screw around with them. That guy used a what the hell did he call it? He called his gun the Mule because it kicked. It was a 45-70. breech action or whatever the hell it was. It was like a Henry rifle, whatever. It was 45-70. Those things are crazy. If you don't know what a 45-70 round looks like, I don't know if I have one sitting here. They're huge. Not the biggest round in the world, but they're not small. When I go to check and see if Calvino's coming back in, I'll go see if I can grab one. You see. All right, so Rekka, known to many as Nutmeg, is a male mum whose wiry body and elongated limbs are composed of tightly bundled sinews, resembling the branches of flexible and fragrant spice trees from the Azure Desert. His face is a wooden mask, shaped in the semblance of an owl-like visage, which shows little emotion. And the reason I like the idea of an owl face for him is it's, owls are supposed to be wise. And it's not showing a lot of emotion, but it kind of looks majestic, kind of looks cool. I have loose ammo laying around. Oh, it's over there. I had one out here because I was showing someone, but looks like I put it away. Because, I cleaned up at my desk. I'm responsible. Yeah, mine are over there in ammo boxes or in actual magazines, all packed away. Okay, his skin or outer bark has small ruptures covered by reddish knobs of dried sap, which give off this faint scent of exotic spices. My reddish knobs of dried sap, which give off that faint scent of exotic spices. You hid in another building for the day. The VP recently lost a lot of weight, Ozempic, and he gained an even larger chip on his shoulder. I was told to make myself scarce for my boss. Woof. The VP doesn't like people having Saturday, Sunday off days. Well, you got to work 7 days a week. Otherwise, you're not killing yourself properly, right? By the way, I told someone earlier that I was having a big mug of iced tea. They're like, ooh, sweet tea. And I said, I didn't say sweet tea. I said iced tea. They said, what do you mean? Can you tell they're from the South? I said, it's iced tea with lemon. He said, okay. I said, yes, there's no sugar in it. It's literally just iced tea with lemon. They were properly astounded, evidently. Like an Ohioan having chili without the macaroni. What are you even doing at that point? How do magnets work? Kind of thought. All right. And yes, I'm going to have a piece of lemon here. I cut up an entire lemon and then realized I didn't need to cut up an entire lemon. But it's so good. Oh, man. And this is why I'm still alive. Because everything's a trap. I eat raw onions and chew on raw lemons. What is wrong with me? Hey, those are the same words that Chrysanthus used before. Especially the other day when I was eating raw lemon. Or onion. You put some sugar in iced tea, but I can't do sweet tea. It's too much, yeah. I told her that and he said we couldn't be friends anymore. I have the rest of the lemon. I put it in a what do you call it? Little cup with a lid on it because I don't want fruit flies down here. And I could throw it into my refrigerator, but this way I have it right next to me when I'm having tea. Mhm. Ah, lemon. Man, lemon and lemon sauce. It's so refreshing. So amazing. A nice lemony uh drizzle, a little bit of confectioner sugar, and some lemon down, drizzled over blueberry pancakes. There you go. All right, let's see. We're talking about this guy. I think I showed pictures before, like some of these trees out in the desert. They get the ruptures in the outer bark, and the resin comes up, and it hardens, and it gets red, but it smells like spices and very exotic. This is some of his cuts and wounds on his body have that on them, but he smells like incense. Mm. Okay, there we go. Trying to think of what else we could do with it. So he's got a wiry body made of flexible limbs and branches. He has an owl wooden mask face and head. I'm trying to think what he should be. I mean, he could be wearing just literal simple clothing. Eat lemons like they're oranges. Ah, nice. Lemon chicken, lemon cake. Well, yep, lemon on everything. Lemon it all, man. Simple and threadbare fears of traveling. What was that called? Hmm. There's an S word for it. There's another word for a cassock, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. Alternate name for a cassock. I think it's a French word. Let me see. Yes. Okay, there we go. All right. Straight sleeves, reaching to the ankles, buttoned. Wolf-white cassock, belted at the waist. This is attempted. Clothing is simple and threadbare from years traveling. Off-white cassock belted at the waist is only attempt to conform to the modesty relished by many of the folk of the Godland. Because while he's a mum, they don't really wear clothes, but this guy does. How tall is Nutmeg? Nutmeg is about a little bit more than 4 feet tall. He's about the size of a dwarf. Do you have any teeth left, Chris? Real ones? That's why I actually do just eat lemons and only leave the peel behind. They cinched at the waist with a wide leather girdle is his only attempt to conform to the modesty relished by many of the folk of the godland. And the seeds. And the seeds! First time she had lemon as a child, I cringed. A seed may be lost if I forget to pick them out first. All right, then. All right, there we go. I can move that line now. From the wildlands of Atala, Kadia Nomen journeying to the Godlands to study with the Saren monks in the Pacific land decades ago. All right, so we've got Rekka. We've got a bunch of him. And we're going to now check something quickly. Let me check something. I got a note here somewhere about one of his names. Let's see, what did I put it down as? A good word for that. At least your breath is lemony fresh. Nice. Hmm. I named that on the map? I can't remember. Your Vale. I changed the name, and in my mind, it's still the old name that I came up with. Let's say in Narium, the Bitter Bride, is an apothecary monk that hails from the Rotwash. Monks in Cindervale. This would work better. Yeah. Bam. I don't need to say near the soul spires anymore. Boop boop. Kid evidently would eat an onion like an apple and love raw onion sandwiches. Yeah, I still do that. I used to eat the onions and stuff out of the garden and carrots and whatever. My brother would eat the kohlrabi. He'd just grab a kohlrabi, or I guess mostly it was kohlrabi with him. I don't think if he ate anything else. I don't think he did. But yeah, just chop off all the parts, peel it down, start chewing on it. Wash it off, of course, but yeah. We often refer to our children as the fruit of our loins. Poor Bap. Hers was the lemon. Wow. Good job. Good entry, Rude-Eyed. Now, I'm not sure if you waited to do that, but that was face. How dare! Out of curiosity, was anyone else lucky enough to snag a Switch 2? Evidently, a lot of pre-orders also got canceled. Oh, wow. I didn't hear that. I haven't. I wasn't going to buy one, so. What the hell is a kohlrabi? Are you saying that in a Hank Hill kind of voice? I don't know what a JPEG is. No? It's, kohlrabi. It's a little root vegetable-y looking thing with little sprouty leaves. You just chop all the little sprouty leaves and the top off, and the little sprout. It looks like a huge, like, radish, but round, like an onion. They could be, I think they could be white and purple, or white and red. I don't remember anymore. There's different types of them. That's a good Hank Hill voice for us. Hey, look at that. I did a voice, and it was Hank Hill. I should be proud of myself. It's a turnip, Google told me. Is it a turnip? Really? Are kohlrabi just literally turnips? All right, now I got to find out. Is it? All right, let's see. Kohlrabi versus turnips. What's the difference? Don't look peony and Napa cabbage. Kohlrabi actually translates from German as cabbage turnip. German turnips. Well, gee, I wonder why my family grew them. Darn German roots. Eating German roots. Okay. Interesting. What are those other things that are like? There's something like turnips. Or was I using turnips? I don't remember. I used turnips in some dishes and stuff, and everybody really enjoyed them. Oh, mashed turnips. I think it was I was making mashed turnips instead of mashed potatoes. Ooh, vegetables. Really hope they don't ruin the reboot. They're rebooting it? The German turnip. Ah, yes. The German turnip. Radish. I love radishes. Very few other people in my family like radishes, though. I like them. So, here we go. Erudai. So, I couldn't remember which one of the legendary monks you liked more, or if you did like more. So, I'm writing up the male version and the female version. They're totally different looking. I'm working on the female version right now, but the male version is the one they call Nutmeg. His name is Rekka. Known to many as Nutmeg, is a male mum whose wiry body and elongated limbs are composed of a tightly bundled sinews resembling the branches of flexible and fragrant spice trees in the Azure Desert. His face is a wooden mass shaped in the semblance of an owl-like visage, which shows little emotion, but at the same time shows great wisdom. So I was playing around with some AI, and I came up with the idea of this cool wooden mask. So kind of like a fey spirit or a sprite or something. This guy is a mum who's got like the long wiry limbs with the little cuts on it that have healed over with resin that makes him smell like incense and spices. But this owl mask is his head, and he can rotate his head really far. And I thought that would give him a really unique look because he's got kind of that wise owl look, but also just kind of impassive because, well, as a mum, he doesn't show human emotions. He's not the same. His skin or outer bark has small ruptures and spots which are covered by reddish knobs of dried sap that give off the faint scent of exotic spices and incense. Clothing is simple and threadbare from years of traveling. An off-white cassock cinched at the waist with a wide leather girdle is his only attempt to conform to the modesty relished by many of the folk of the Godlands. Hailing from the wildlands of Otal in Lost Acadia, Nutmeg journeyed into the Godlands to study with the Seren monks in Cindervale decades ago. King of the Hill, not a reboot, more of a sequel set now. Oh, okay. Don't know what they're going to do about Dale, Luann, and Lucky, though. I don't remember half of the characters past the main people, so if things happen to them, I'd be like, I don't know. I just know if the next campaign that I'm in, I'll be making a rat folk who talks like Hank Hill. He's going to have a big old belly. Maybe he'll even be a bard, and he'll only sing Western tunes, or he'll yodel like Slim Whitman, and that will be his sonic attack. Is just him yodeling at those piercing levels, just like they did to the Mars Attacks aliens. Bam. Other VAs died, and Dale was the guy with the orange hat. Yep, I remember him. VAs. Please, that'd be hilarious. Pocket Sand. I think he'd be a lot of fun. Because I think, people think of like vicious mockery and all these horrible songs or these things that bards do of like, oh, they're going to say mean words to you. I'm like, what if they just made incredibly annoying sounds at you? Like he just starts singing the Trollololol song. And he just won't stop. And it just keeps doing damage to you. All right. Okay. So the next monk, that's the male monk. The female monk is Nerium. I'm calling her the Bitter Bride. She's an apothecarian monk that hails from the Rotwash. After studying with the monks in Cindervale, she set out to the Soulspires to try and work with the druids there to accelerate the healing of the land. Mine's sucks. That's evil. Wait, what's evil? Calling her the bitter bride or something else? Oh, the song, the Trolololol song. Got it. Sorry. I had the cup here and it blocked the last line of chat. And I moved my cup and I'm like, oh, hey, there's a line there. Oh, and Lucky was the one who did slip on the PP in the Walmart bathroom. Luann was the niece of Hank and Peggy. Okay, I remember Luann now. I don't know Lucky. I don't remember Lucky. Was Lucky the old guy? Like the father-in-law or something like that? Or dad or something? I don't remember. Hello, Cajun Corey. Let's see, what did I put in here? Her body is draped in form, or live body is draped in. All right. That was Cotton who lost his legs to the toe down. Oh, Cotton. Oh yeah, Cotton. I don't remember who the hell Lucky is then. Man. Because there were the two guys who hung out with. Oh, is Boomhauer? Is that one of them? Boomhauer is the guy who would talk gibberish. Now that, oh god, don't ever tell Moss that he needs to do a Boomhauer voice for a character. We will never understand what he's ever saying. He'll just be, oh god, he'll just be muttering at us for an hour and we'll be like, what now? Luann's husband, real redneck. Wow, I he's gone from my mind. I don't know. Vines and stalks smoothly interwoven in a perfectly symmetrical bipedal form. Live body is draped in oleander blooms and tendrils in the semblance of a palace, slit up the sides to allow freedom of movement. I was going to use the word exudes, but I think excretes makes more sense. Except it sounds gross, but it makes sense. Chrysanth, is there a more scientific word for something that can excrete poison from its skin? I was saying exude. Let me go see how far off the mark I was with words here. Oh, what is my... There we go. So exude is through pores or incisions. Excrete is process discharging waste. Okay, well, I'll go with exude. It sounds better. Bill was suicidal. Boomhauer is a man whore. Dale was a conspiracy theorist whose wife was cheating on him. Did he? They live in Texas. And I live in Texas and know plenty of people from Louisiana. Also, Bill is also from Louisiana. Boomhauer's voice is based off of a phone call the creator got from some redneck dude telling him off. He spoke Louisiana English. Well, yeah, Moss cannot do that. Let's not do. No, don't say Moss if you're here. No, Boomhauer. If you're not here, nobody tell him. Louisiana English. I didn't know that was a thing. Where was it? I was trying to find something for you guys, but I don't find it. There's a video I had seen recently about two old dudes. They're trying to make each other laugh about how poor they were as kids. And one of the things the guy said was actually pretty damn funny. One of the things said they were so poor that they would have a bowl of cereal with milk, and their mom made them eat it with a fork so they could eat the cereal and pass the milk on to the next kid. It's like, whoa, okay, that's pretty poor. But one of them, he said something really stupidly funny, and I cannot remember what it was. It's on the tip. Oh, maybe it's these guys. Maybe it's these dudes. Let's see. Well, I'm thinking of the next part of her thing. I'll look this up quickly. Oh, wow. It's a hillbilly houseboat. They're not kidding. That's pretty hilarious. Let's see. Bill's the best character in the show. Speaks French. His family is quite wealthy. What did he give you to keep your silence? Oh, Jensen, I'll give you a virtual lobster. I'll put it in the chat here for you. I'll totally do it. Ex-governor of Texas because he didn't know what to do and he's happy. It's the one store house, Bill. Dang, kick butts. Did wait, are we now live on Kick? Did we get live on Kick somehow? Did Rude Eye make us live on Kick? Been live on Kick? Good. I wasn't sure if we were because I couldn't get it to work earlier. Well, good, good, good. Get over there. Let's see what people are doing with me live over here. All right, there we go. This whole time, the kick was live the whole time. You prefer crawfish? Oh, well, guess what? Let's see. We'll pretend that these are crawfish. There you go. Percent's answer came before the question for you. Oh, you're beginning to think they do a schedule thing? I don't know. Modding Subby's Twitch chat. Look away for 5 minutes. A bot shows up. She takes care of it. Blarp. Yeah, there are bots everywhere. The bots. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I found this thing. Let me see what it says. Okay. Here's what they said. He said, "We're so poor. We had nothing to eat. Our mama would sit us down. We had no ingredients to cook with, so she'd sit us down around the table and read the recipe to us. Poor little Tommy, our little brother, was hard of hearing. He nearly starved to death." That's horrible. Wait, do I listen on Kick but write in YouTube? I have YouTube and Kick both here. Oh, you're talking to her. I see what you're saying. I was like, I'm not listening to either one of them because I have to have them muted. Always have. I've done tests. If I'm on PC, it's ahead compared to the app always. Yeah, Kick is like Johnny on the spot with the stream. YouTube delays it for fun. They also said they're so poor. Somebody pull up in the driveway. Pa would make us take turns running up the driveway to bark at him because we couldn't have a dog. Go to our aunt's house. We'd eat the fruit off the wallpaper. If you want to see more of these guys, go look up on YouTube. Look on the Moron Brothers. They have a hillbilly houseboat. It looks like a wooden shack with literally a pot-bellied stove and metal pipes and stuff coming out of it. It's great. Anyway, you can't stand the sound of your own voice. I know that's normal. Yeah, I mean, my voice is horrible, but I'd go with it anyway. I had to hear myself so much as a child because I had speech therapy and they would record it and they would play it back to me and ask me, whoa, what part is right? What part is wrong? And it helped. I've always hated my voice though. But you guys have to deal with it, especially if I do a Hank Hill voice, which I'll never be able to do again. Good news about the kickbots is they don't actually do anything bad. They don't drop links and aren't lewd, except for their rabbi. There's a rabbi one? Okay, I don't want to know about that. There's a naughty rabbi? Wait, does the program not know what this word is? Other uses, British rock band. Wow, it's everything. Speak more words, word speaker. I'm doing it. Hate my voice too. Every time I edit the Strange Eons VODs, cringe when I hear my own voice. Sounds about 3 octaves higher in recording than it does in my own head. Most bots just drop links for more views or something. Yeah, I've learned through all the speech therapy and stuff I had, I can go quite deep with my voice. I can go really deep with my voice, which sounds weird, but I try to speak somewhere right here when it's coming out of this part of my mouth, not the high part. I don't want to sound like that kid. I don't want to sound like a guy from my gosh, what was their name? They did the song Elvira, the Cowboys that did the whatever. Why can't I think of their names? Those guys. The Papa Mau Mau guys. Those guys. What did that pick up that? Okay, there we go. Anyway, so Miriam, the bitter bride, is an apothecary monk that hails from the Rotwash. After studying with the monks in Cindervale, she set out to the Soul Spires to try and work with the druids there to accelerate the healing of the land. Female mum, whose head and face, let's get rid of that comma there, a delicate and beautiful orchid. Her own shaped eyes and smooth skin shine with a dim radiance. Her limbs and body are comprised wholly of vines and stalks, smoothly interwoven in a perfectly symmetrical mammalian bipedal form. Her light body is draped in oleander blooms and tendrils in the semblance of a palace, slit up the sides to allow her freedom of movement. She naturally exudes poison from her skin as a defense mechanism. Is careful to keep this I want to say a habit. This ability to check when dealing with other humanoids lest she injure them accidentally. Okay. His name comes in waves, but it's always something like Rabbi, whatever his name is, gets women every night and has more money than God. It's kind of funny. Okay. When I was in high school, the choir director came up to me and asked if I could sing because they needed a baritone. I believe I'm unable to carry a tune. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I can't sing to save my life. So I don't, because I would not live long. You don't know how you feel about orchids as a flower? I've never had an orchid. I'd look at them and go, oh, they're kind of cool looking. They're very weird because they're like a flower. And they're a little strange looking. They're kind of pretty. They're strange, though. Read a book where the villain was obsessed with orchid, and the twist was that she was a hermaphrodite, and ever since I can't look at them without seeing it. Ha! That sounds like a book, for sure. We'll just go with, yes, it's a book, for sure. What is this? But JJ, I just saw your picture in the selfies and pics. Finally pulled your trail cam pictures from last year, and guess there was a bear visitor to my cabin. Still no Bigfoot sightings, though. All right, there we go. Weirdness, man, weirdness. Do. Oh, I see there was an announcement. So Signal Screams is going to come back on the 27th bi-weekly. Nice. Yay! Yeehaw. Let's see here. I sing all the time, but my family asked me not to. No comment from Chrysanthemum. Very smart, very wise. How about telling jokes to your family? I think my jokes are hysterical, but for some reason my family does not. I have the capacity either to hit a joke perfectly at the right time when nobody else is saying anything and everyone hears it, and they're all like, "Oh my god, you just about killed us all." Like maybe once a month. And it became a joke with everyone else. It's like, "Yeah, you got your joke for the month, you're done." Because I'll say other things. I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty funny." And I'll say it, and somebody will talk right over me, right when I say it, and nobody will hear the joke. And then I'll repeat it, and one person will say, "Oh, yeah, I heard you." I'm like, "Oh, I guess it wasn't funny." They're like, "No, it was funny. It's just, now that you said it twice, it's less funny." I'm like, "Damn it." So, comedy is all about timing. I will laugh at your joke, Cajun Corey says. Very nice. All right, so we've got the basics of these two. We've got Rekka and Nerium, and there's a reason she's called the Bitter Bride, because not only does she have the white orchid with the pink and everything, her face, and she's draped in a pala of white oleander blooms, so she looks like a bride, but she also she exudes poison from her skin. No, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna say comedy equals tragedy plus time because I was attempting to make a bad joke. That might have been a good one, but I told the joke Sunday and Sevi laughed for 5 minutes. She didn't get it at first, but Chrysanth explained it to her. It was good. All right. I'm gonna take a quick pause here because I need to go check on Cat, see how they're doing. I removed a tick from uh Calvino today, and he was really grumpy with me. I'm gonna go see how he's doing. So I will be right back. They have high standards of jokes. Message retracted. Uh-oh. Wife is self-conscious about singing in front of me and has to this day never done it in my presence. He thought she was out of earshot. Huh? High society. Oh, that's horrible. Oh boy, I don't have room here. I just put that cup there. So Calvino looked up from his sunning on the rock out there, blinked at me, licked his paw, and then laid back down to kind of just flip his tail around. So he didn't want to come in. Oh no, more message retracted. Oh no. All right. Real quick here. I'm going to show you what I was talking about earlier. I won't get us in trouble or anything. But for reference, when I was talking about the guy hunting the hogs, this is the 5.56 round. It's only that big. This is the 45-70. This is why you use those for piggies, charging piggies, and other large creatures. These up. So yeah, I keep them safe in these little boxes. Safety. So you missed everything. So here, Rudai, I will go over these again. I wasn't sure which one of the legendary monks you liked more because I had given you those two options and you said you'd like, or I gave you a few options. You liked the last two. So here are the two of them. One is Reka, known to many as Nutmeg, is a male mum whose wiry body and elongated limbs are composed of tightly bundled sinews resembling the branches of flexible and fragrant spice trees in the Azure Desert. His face is a wooden mask shaped in the semblance of an owl-like visage, which shows little emotion, but at the same time shows great wisdom. And I was playing around with AI, so he's got this cool mask head that's made of like bark and branches and pieces of wood and stuff that is his face. It doesn't really show much emotion, but that's he's going to have an owl head, which is to make him very unique. His skin or outer bark has small ruptures and spots which are covered by reddish knobs of dried sap that give off the faint scent of exotic spices and incense. His clothing is simple and threadbare from years of traveling. An off-white cassock cinched at the waist with a wide leather girdle is his only attempt to conform to the modesty relished by many of the folks of the Godlands. And that's the male one. Wow, Cajun Corey, that's horrible. And Nerium, the other one, that was the male version of the monk. The female version is Nerium. The bitter bride is an apothecary and monk that hails from the Rotwash. After studying with the monks in Cindervale, she set out to the Soul Spires to try and work with the druids there to accelerate the healing of the land. Female mum, whose head and face are a delicate and beautiful orchid. Her almond-shaped eyes and smooth skin shine with a dim radiance. Her limbs and body are comprised wholly of vines and stalks smoothly interwoven in a perfectly symmetrical mammalian bipedal form. Her lithe body is draped in oleander blooms and tendrils in the semblance of a pala, slit up the sides to allow freedom of movement. She naturally exudes poison from her skin as a defense mechanism, but is careful to keep the ability in check when dealing with other humanoids lest she injure them accidentally. What do rich people say when they tickle babies? Gucci, Gucci, goo. Wow. Wow. Pocket sand. Here we go. That's all I got to say to that. Pocket sand. The only thing that's going to save us, man. That's tough. Well, the good thing is we can use the characters for two different. One can be the legendary character, one could just be some other character we put in an adventure somewhere. Mm. When I was trying to use the AI to help me visualize a few ideas, boy, did they like putting skulls on a thing made of sticks and saying, here's what you asked for. I'm like, that's not even remotely what I asked for. Why did I read that with a Jersey Shore accent? That's a good question. Why did you? Why? All right, we're going to work on this guy next. Where's it at here? Swap over to Barbarian. Work on his look a little bit. And we'll bring this over. Bloop, bloop, bloop. That in as well. Male sounds good. Okay. Yeah, we can use Nerium. We can use the Bitter Bride for another character. Maybe she could be an NPC in an adventure, or he could just be an apothecary somewhere. He could be a character. She could be the she could be Chris Sant's mythic character who's just trying to get along with in her life. Wow, Bap. Wow. Wow. I'm telling Pop to stop sending you memes. After what I just said about orchids, why would you do that, Frost? Hey, you get to make the call on that character. It's your character. Wow. Cajun Corey's not stopping either. um. That doesn't help. Maybe there's someone up in here. Let's see. Let me check this up really quickly here. Looking for more info specifically on general aspects of lizards. Okay, yep, scaly skin, legs. Okay, so detaching tail. Well, that's not what we care about. Huge variety, long body, small head, long tail. Okay. Okay, change color, fills horns, wings, flaps. Colored adaptation. To see if I'm gonna do something interesting with his eyes, but I want to make sure that I'm not going crazy with this. Isn't something that lizard eyes even do. All right, let's see. Okay, 4 types of cone cells in their eyes. Okay, I can see ultraviolet. Some have parietal eyes. Okay, eyelids and eye cleaning. This is what I was going to go into. Oh no, Secretary Nugget. Say it ain't so. A new pun book for for my mama for Mother's Day. Uh-huh. Oh, Chrysanth, you're in for it now. You're done for. All right. Most lizards have eyelids similar to humans. They have a different strategy. They lack eyelids and possess a transparent membrane called a spectacle or eye cap that covers their eyes. Long tongues lick the spectacle. Unique communicated. I guess that would be a question for a rude eye. Do you want your lizard folk to be like geckos and they don't have eyelids and they never blink and they just have the little spectacle over that they lick off? Or do you want the lizard folk to have like normal lizard blinky eyes, maybe with a nictitating membrane inside or whatever? Right. I don't know how many lizards have this. Care about that. Let's go back and go to a site that doesn't have a whole bunch of junk. Okay, third eyelid, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this will work. Do paste. Lizard blinky eyes, got it. So I think since a lot of these are guys are in the Ashvara area and it's wet and messy and gross, and they're aquatic lizards, a lot of them. We're going to give them the nictitating membranes too, so they have that third little eyelid inside that can, if they blink and it can go whoop, clear their eye off. All right. Blinky eye lizards. Because where I'm writing up the description of Zatka, the character you came up with. He just doesn't appreciate good humor. Very, very, very sad. Aww. Oh my goodness. Where do I nostril? Pony eye socket dictate wrist. We'll say carefully inscribed. That. All right, Zathkamoy. Most lizard folks is a scaled bipedal humanoid with reptilian head featuring long-slitted nostrils, bony eye sockets, and nictitating membranes to protect his eyes. The scales have been carefully inscribed with the names of his fallen clan members. Each engraving a piece of artistry on its own. Each scale holds, let's say each. Try that. I don't want to put that though. We'll say every. Every engraving a piece of artistry on its own. Each skill holds a name and several glyphs telling the story of the clan member as he remembered them. All right. Increase catch late. Okay, I put a G in differently somehow. How did I do that? Anyway, I'm feeling oppressed. Very sad indeed. My friend David had his ID stolen. Now I call him Dav. He's dying inside. I can tell. And somewhere a rude eye is just chuckling because he's witnessing the slow internal death of Chrysanth. Her soul is hiding in a corner somewhere. Oh my gosh, it's 6:44. Where did this frickin' time go? I just thought, oh, I should probably look over and see if I got like an hour left or whatever. You people, you keep me busy. I'm getting stuff done. Um, the engravings catch the light differently than the smooth scale which adorn his form. And elsewhere, I think that's redundant. Making light shimmer and play across him in a hypnotizing pattern. Who's picking on Sailor Sprout? Well, Gino, welcome. It seems like everybody, at least if you listen to Chrysanthus, everyone. I'm not participating in the pun fest. They're playing dodgeball, and all the balls are puns, and she won't touch them because they're puns. So she's just getting hit over and over. Wonderful personalities. Wow. Wow. I'm just going to say wow. I mean, it's impressive. Hey, Erudai, do you think we could put in an expansion at some point? Can we have some rat folk? We get some rat folk in the game. Just asking, you know. Where did I put this stupid thing? Nope. Did I actually put it? Oh my gosh. Oh, I think I put it here. Maybe not. Oh. Huh. I saved it somewhere. Let's cancel out of that really quickly. Interesting, it doesn't work at all. Huh, yeah, I can't find it. Oh well, I'm sure it's around somewhere. My goodness. Oh, I did find it. Never mind. I lied. I found it. I found it. Because this is the character I was gonna make for one of the campaigns. Let's put him out here. Boom. This was gonna be my bard. This is if I do a hand kill bard, this is Rumgut. He's gonna be my rat folk bard. Yep. I think he'd be a hell of a lot of fun to play. A complete, and his name is Rumgut because, well, he is a drunk. He does much better when he's drunk. I'm just saying. He's very skilled. The drunken bard. It's like a drunken style monk, but, you know, just a drunken singer. Let's see, what else about Zathka? could have him missing some scales or having something happen to some of them. Like maybe his right arm, his left arm. Hmm. Let's see here. That's not going to help. What else can we do for him? I'm trying to think. Did I don't know if we gave him he's one of revenge, decay. I was trying to see if we wanted to do something interesting with this barbarian, but I think we'll give him. I think we can have him do, you know, a normal weapon of some sort, but I'm saying he wears a girdle of Kyrian make around his waist, a trophy from one of the monkey clan raiders that slaughtered his people. Because right now, I don't know who exactly the invaders all were, if they were just mercenaries, but I'm having one of them be from down here, a monkey clan group that was, you know, well, they travel a lot and they go out and cause trouble because they're the monkey clan. They don't leave well enough alone. Rumgut Ale Singer. I made that character in EverQuest 2 because I wanted to make a character that was on the evil side that went to the good side. And I made him, traveled all the way across the world, snuck all the way across into the good people lands, and spent a huge amount of time killing rats. Just killing little rats. Even though he's a rat, he's killing the non-sentient rats and other little creatures around there, because every one of them gave him like whatever one favor, and he had to get, you know, hundreds of thousands of favor, whatever. So he finally killed enough stuff that he got in good with them and he switched factions and became onto the good side. So he alleviated their rat problem and became a good guy. He was a very fun character. I liked him. Let's see. Where's the girdle of a Kyrian make around? Let's say as a reward. Oops. And his blade is of Kyrian make as well, though it was a gift from Yago the Blue Heron as a reward to the clan leader. So Yaga is the guy who rules over here. and has the great swords makers that compete with the swords makers up in Karthal and Ocala. But he is much more open to foreigners coming in, and he entertains foreigners and even has a temple to one of the actual gods there that he allowed people to build. But they have beautiful swords that they make. And he has one of them. And I don't know what kind of sword he would use, Erudai, if Zatka is like a two-handed barbarian, I'm assuming this sword could be a two-handed, like the temple sword, like a straight kind of katana-like thing that they use down here. Not like a big curved katana, but, a large blade, or it could be a simple single blade. I thought it'd be interesting since, as punishment for, himself, since he was chasing that fish, and that's what, kept him away from the village when everybody else got killed, that he would only ever fight with the stick as a punishment for himself, but he basically just lays waste to people with a stick. That seems a little more of a Ken sign, not a barbarian. So I think him having a blade, kind of Conan style, would be cooler. I don't know who's making that noise. Da, 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 da. I didn't even notice when I... Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if... I thought I'd mentioned Calvino. Yeah, he's literally just laying on the rocks out back because there's a retaining wall not far from the back door. And the cats, when it's warm out, will just lay there and sun themselves, even though the sun's going down. And he was just having none of it. He's like, yep, I'll stay over here. So the only thing I'm worried about for he and Benji is the same thing that happens every single late spring and early summer. Is I think they're allergic to something outside, but they don't stop themselves from going out into the weeds in the woods, and they always like around their little face here. They're always like itching and scratching around their nose, so they get they scratch the little bits of fur off, and they get little sores there, and I have to keep wiping them down every day and making sure they don't hurt themselves. I really wish they would stop that. None of the other cats do it. Just those two. Works. Let's see. So we're going to be wrapping up here. I've got Zatka. The only thing I have left to do, because Ruda, I'm working on these for the other, because you wanted them for the next set for the other cover, that I'm going to delineate some more about the McCleric, the guy who was forced out of Senna's Fall for being a bad influence. Because the church there doesn't like him, because they were totally fine with making money off of the legacy of Senna. And he's like, well, we could worship her like this. And people are like, really? We could have hope? And he got run out of town. And now he wanders the lands, inspiring people. Yes, support Legend Seeker on Patreon. Woo! Rudai just put up some of the info from the Azure Kingdom up there for your perusal. And more of that's going to be coming. I can save this. I can close that. Making sure I close that. All right. That one can be closed, and that can be closed too. Yay! All right, all this stuff is closed. And I can shut this document down. I have a lot of documents open. My gosh. Every time I close one, I'm like, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. What more do I have here? I got three more open. I close cleric. And get the wizard. All right. Yeah, everybody have a good evening. Don't do anything too crazy. Don't pun each other to death. Just, take each other to the edge of death and then let them have a breather. And yeah, I will talk to you all tomorrow night or Wednesday after dark. I don't have my in real life game tonight, so I'm probably going to go stream something after this. I don't know what. But you'll find me Wednesday after dark, Thursday back here for more of this, and then Friday for Strange Eons. So I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Bye.